A'ja Wilson is not playing in Unrivaled, much like Caitlin Clark's not. But there's been a story surfaced by way of Sports Business Journal that is baffling, and it is getting absolutely crushed right now because nobody believes it.
The world of women's basketball is buzzing right now, and it's not just about the games. The drama surrounding a new 3-on-3 league called Unrivaled has taken things to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, the star of the Indiana Fever, made headlines when she turned down their historic offer. Just when it seemed like the story was done, A'ja Wilson entered the scene in a surprising way. A'ja's camp leaked that her offer from Unrivaled was even bigger than Caitlin's jaw-dropping deal, and surprise, she turned it down too. But while Caitlin gracefully passed on the offer, A'ja's move seems a bit different. Was this a strategic attempt to bring attention back to her, or is there something more going on behind the scenes?
Come on, Andy, you know the question for that. You know the answer for that.
Today, we're taking a closer look at the drama surrounding Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson, and how their very different choices reveal what's really important to them. We'll also explore the current state of the WNBA, the challenges faced by the Unrivaled League, and how Caitlin continues to shine through it all. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Ready? Let's get started.
It is official. Unrivaled is down bad for Caitlin Clark. And obviously everyone is a bit on bated breath if Caitlin Clark will be one of those people. But no one on bated breath more, it sounds like, than Nafisa Collier, Brianna Stewart, and every investor and person involved in Unrivaled.
Caitlin Clark has been the face of women's basketball ever since her record-breaking college career. So, when Unrivaled, a new 3-on-3 league looking for star power, targeted her, they went all in. They teamed up with her trusted sponsor, State Farm, and even brought in her close friends like Lexi Hull, Aliyah Boston, and her college best friend Kate Martin. Unrivaled put together the perfect recruitment package, offering her a reported $1 million deal plus equity in the league. It was a dream offer, but Caitlin turned it down.
Well, no amount of pulling in Kate Martin, Lexi Hull, or agreeing to State Farm sponsorships got the Unrivaled League Caitlin Clark. She's not going to play.
Caitlin Clark's decision surprised some, but for those who've been following her closely, it wasn't a big shock. Since finishing her WNBA rookie season, her life has been far from quiet. Between playing in pro and golf events, doing speaking engagements, and focusing on rest during the off-season, Caitlin has made it clear what matters most to her. In recent interviews, she openly said, "I need a break from basketball." It's a sentiment that many found refreshing, especially in today's world where hustle culture is the norm.
I feel like basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like I didn't even have time to really reflect on my college career because it ended so fast, and then I came here and was trying to give everything I could to this team and kind of move on and put all that behind me and help this team, get back to the playoffs. So I feel like taking some time to myself and really enjoying that and reflecting back.
Losing Caitlin Clark wasn't just a missed opportunity for Unrivaled. It was a huge blow to their credibility. The league had pinned its hopes on the Caitlin effect, believing her star power could bring massive attention and make their venture feel legitimate. After all, if Caitlin can make golf tournaments go viral, just imagine what she could have done for Unrivaled. Their marketing efforts were all about her, from social media teasers to subtle hints during their roster announcements. It was clear they couldn't hide their desperation.
Obviously, they've tried to do everything they could to make the most of the situation. They tried to make the most of Caitlin Clark not playing by hinting everything and basically making people think that Caitlin Clark was going to play.
Caitlin's decision to walk away was both strategic and rooted in her values. She knew her worth and wasn't afraid to prioritize her health and long-term career. By turning down the deal, she made a powerful statement. Not every flashy opportunity is worth pursuing. Her self-awareness and poise only earned her more respect from fans, further solidifying her reputation as not just an incredible athlete, but also a smart, grounded individual. Meanwhile, Unrivaled was left scrambling to save face. Their much-anticipated roster reveal, which had been built up for months, fell flat. 2 wild-card spots were left glaringly empty. It was clear their recruitment efforts had failed.
By the way, oh man, she better have her head on a swivel because some of these players are going to be furious when they look up and their games have drawn 109,000 viewers. or something extremely pathetic when they're all wondering, why is nobody watching?
Just as Unrivaled was reeling from Caitlyn's rejection, another bombshell hit the basketball world. Hours after the news about Caitlyn broke, A'ja Wilson's camp decided to stir things up. It wasn't enough for A'ja to simply turn down the offer. Her team leaked that she was actually offered more money than Caitlyn. Instead of quietly stepping away, A'ja's response raised some eyebrows and sparked debates about privilege, priorities, and what really influences a player's decisions. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We appreciate you taking the time to watch. Now, let's dive back into it.
Now, we all know Caitlin Clark turned the league down, right? Well, this source close to A'ja Wilson is claiming they offered A'ja Wilson more money than Caitlin Clark to play in this league.
Caitlin Clark's decision to turn down Unrivaled was a major moment. But things took an unexpected turn when A'ja Wilson's involvement made headlines. Just hours after Caitlyn's decision was confirmed, reports surfaced that Wilson had also rejected a huge offer, allegedly even bigger than Caitlyn's. This revelation seemed carefully timed to shift the narrative, and fans quickly took notice. Wilson explained that she turned the offer down for rest and off-season focus, but many saw it differently. One user on X, formerly Twitter, joked, "Clark declined and kept it moving. Why does A'ja need the world to know she said no? Desperation much." Another commented, "It's giving main character energy in a story that wasn't about her."
Now, look, guys, if that happened, we want to talk about this league having been doomed and DOA because Caitlin Clark's not going to play in it, nobody's going to watch. If this financially is run this poorly, and they don't understand marketing, they don't understand ratings this badly, whether it's somebody with TNT Sports or the league or both.
This wasn't the first time A'ja Wilson's actions had stirred up controversy. Her highly publicized Nike shoe launch, which reportedly caused delays for other players' releases, had already been a sore spot for fans.
A lot of hard work, but also a lot of fun. And I have an awesome team that is trying to put my weird words that I say into a shoe, which is great because I'm like, I want the thing that goes the thing. And then they're like, okay, we got it.
Then came A'ja Wilson's controversial "winning isn't for everyone" ad, which became a punchline after the Aces' embarrassing playoff loss to the Liberty. Social media didn't hold back, with one fan joking, "Winning may not be for everyone." Apparently, not even A'ja Wilson. For Unrivaled, losing both Clark and Wilson is a double blow. These players aren't just stars. They're cultural icons. Their absence has left the league scrambling to prove it can survive without its biggest draws.
Honestly, bravo to her, because unfortunately, there's so many players involved with this league that can't stand her. I kind of was rooting for her not to play because I didn't want them to be able to profit off of her. Well, they won't now. They won't now. And that Messi-like deal that they were putting together, that $1 million a year plus ownership, yada, 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 she just didn't need the money. I mean, honestly, with all these endorsements and everything, she didn't need the money. And now we will get to see the byproduct of this is we get to see a at full strength, at full rested Caitlin Clark for the actual WNBA season.
When Caitlin Clark turned down Unrivaled's $1 million offer, fans saw it as a sign of her focus and clear priorities. But when A'ja Wilson's camp leaked news of an even bigger offer just a day later, the internet quickly reacted, and not in A'ja's favor. One fan on X put it perfectly: "The humility gap between these two is massive, and it shows in how fans connect with them." The reactions weren't just about the leak itself, they sparked a wider conversation about privilege. Many WNBA fans pointed out how, despite her MVP status, Wilson often faces criticism for making the narrative about herself. As one user asked, how does she always make it about her?
You see how many people showed up to watch Caitlin Clark play golf? With actual attention economics at play, Caitlin's participation in any league has an existential bearing. Nobody outside of A'ja herself cares about whether A'ja shows up.
Unrivaled didn't escape the backlash either. Social media users roasted the league for hyping up its roster reveal, only to fall short by not delivering its two biggest stars. Memes comparing Unrivaled's marketing stunts to over-the-top reality TV flooded X, and Instagram.
That's crazy because literally nobody asked, and sources close to Asia Wilson decided to answer anyway.
Unrivaled really thought they had Caitlyn locked in, and now they're scrambling. This is why you don't build hype on what you don't have. Amid the chaos, Caitlyn Clark emerged unscathed, further cementing her place as a fan favorite. Fans praised her humility, drawing a clear contrast with Asia Wilson's more attention-grabbing moves.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great. But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate because that's how I get the best out of my team.
The fallout from the leak didn't do much to boost Wilson's image. If anything, it made things worse. The narrative that started to take shape was that her focus seemed more on her brand than on the team.
Now, we've got an actual comparison. I mean, just not only the WNBA games without Caitlyn Clark and what that looks like, but we're going to have a direct comparison when it comes to ratings in games without Caitlyn Clark. Good luck. I mean, of some other league. I think this league is dead. I mean, they haven't even started. And this is going to, without her, this league's not going to make it. Let's be real here.
The fallout from Caitlyn Clark and Asia Wilson turning down Unrivaled's offers has been massive, revealing serious flaws in the league's ambitious plans and raising doubts about its future. Unrivaled, the revolutionary 3-on-3 basketball league, now finds itself in a credibility crisis after failing to secure the two players who could have ensured a blockbuster debut.
We'll see how Unrivaled does without Caitlyn Clark. They could still succeed, but we know what it would have meant if they had secured her on one of those rosters.
Caitlyn Clark's decision to reject Unrivaled was a calculated one, but the leak of Asia Wilson's offer, allegedly even more lucrative than Caitlyn's, has shifted the focus to her. Fans and analysts are now questioning whether the leak was a move to shield Unrivaled from criticism or to boost Asia's profile amid the drama. Either way, the story around Wilson's offer highlights deeper flaws in the league's strategy from the start. Unrivaled had placed its bets on big names to drive interest, pitching itself as a lucrative off-season alternative for WNBA stars. Co-founders Brianna Stewart and Afisa Collier promised six-figure salaries, equity stakes, and a compact schedule tailored for top players. But with Clark, a proven ratings magnet, turning them down and Wilson following suit, the league has been left scrambling to salvage its credibility.